Hey, YouTubers, good morning, Rob Moffat. Guys, about 3 weeks ago, I had someone who gave me a tip on my video. This is the first tip I've ever gotten. It was from someone named, or it is from someone named Mike Knotts. Give me $10 or 10 pounds actually. And I replied to him. I said, "Holy cow! I never had have never had anyone tip me before. You're way too generous, Mike. I'm going to buy something with your tip and do a video on it. Thanks again, buddy." Well, time went by, and it's 3 weeks. I almost forgot about this. Now, I've had people over the years send me something or money or like Brad, my friend at Brad BC Truck, BC Blades, he sent me a camera once. And Oscar at Salty Shellback, he sent me something. And I think Al Freeman at Texas, he sent me $20 once, which was pretty cool. I'm not asking for money here. I'm just saying thank you to those guys. But nobody has sent me a tip through YouTube's new service here. And I thought I would just uh, go ahead and tell Mike what I spent his money on. Well, the first thing I did, uh, my friend, my friend Brad at BC Truck, he isn't feeling too good, so I don't think anybody sent him a tip before. I sent him a tip today. Hope he feels better. He's a good guy. Hope you guys are using his uh, Amazon link, the one to subscribe to him. I took uh, some of the money, and when I went to Walmart or had them deliver my food, I noticed that they had grapefruit on sale for $1 5 pound bag. I thought it was a mistake. When it came, sure enough, it was 5 pound bag. So next week I ordered two more. So I used $2 of Mike's money to get 10 pounds of grapefruit. Now they've gone up in price to $6. I don't know how. It must have been a misprint or something in the computer, but I was able to get 10 pounds for $2. Then I went to Amazon and I bought this book. It was Kindle, $10, but I was able to get it for $5. So I used $5 of Mike's tip to get a book and 10 pounds of grapefruit. And then I was watching this video this morning, a very important video. It's about nuclear war. And it basically, this professor, Stephen Starr, he goes into detail in the video how if they have a nuclear war, it's pretty much over. Um, like the government likes to give you information. If there's a nuclear war, you should do three things: get inside, and stay tuned. Well, if there's a full-scale war between the U.S. and Russia or the U.S. and China, there's no really good reason to go back outside. It's pretty much over. And to the life of me, I can't understand why we're at the situation we're in. I thought I don't do politics on my channel or religion or sex or things that are divisive, but I just don't understand why we're at this point with Russia. I thought after the Cold War was over, the Cold War was terrible, was bitter, awful, and so many people suffered from it. And when it was over, I said, "Thank goodness." I know I work with Russians. I know Russia. I love Russian people. I love Ukrainian people. I have Ukrainian neighbors. I love them. I wish this is insane what's happening. I have no most people in America can't find Ukraine on a map, and our government is busy sending missiles and all sorts of weapons and having NATO go to the border of Russia. It's just like it's bullcrap. I don't like the Russian government, and I don't think the Russians like our government, but the people we're just nobody wants to end the world over what? Over what? Why is this happening? And it just so this person, this channel published this video where a professor went over in detail what's going to happen if we have a full-scale nuclear attack, which I think a lot of people. I grew up with it. I grew up where in the third grade, the teachers taught you how to get underneath your desk and get away from the windows if you saw a flash. In Miami, we had army trucks come down in Miami and occupy the city during the Cuban Missile Crisis with Cuba back in the early 60s, and plus other things we had to put up with due to the Cold War that other people never did. And I think it was a blessing that it was over, and I really thank God. And now we're like having to worry about this again. It's just insane. It's insanity. So, um, yeah, I gave $1 tip to these people trying to get people to wake up. So I don't like to talk about these things, but I just had to mention it. The last dollar to lighten the mood, I've been watching this channel, Flapper. It's by a professor of history, and he does videos on all different historical things. I've watched his video on the French Revolution, which I could care less about, and it made me want to watch the whole thing. And I went ahead and watched his Russian Revolution movie and his Chinese Revolution movie.
Do I start now? When do I go? Wait a little bit. All right. There I am. Ready? All right. Wa Shang Hao. That's Chinese, as best as I can pronounce it, for good evening. Before we commence tonight's lecture, I'd like to address several points of criticism lodged against my previous lectures on the French and Russian revolutions, respectively. F*** you. I don't have time for your bullshit. So I exaggerated when I said Yuri Gagarin climbed out of his space capsule. Who cares? I know full well, of course, he had an ejector seat. I'm not an ignoramus.
So yeah, I think if you have a few minutes to spare, you might want to learn about the Russian Revolution or the Chinese Revolution or the French. I think the French Revolution was the best one. I really enjoyed that a lot. So check out Professor O'Flannery. He's got other good things on his. Let's check out his channel real quick here. Why Man Left Sundresses. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff on his channel. You might want to check out. So that pretty much comes to $10. So Mr. Mike Knotts, Mr. Mike Knotts, I appreciate your tip very much. And I'm not going to do this if anybody else gives me a tip, but since you were the first one, I thought I would let you know how much I appreciate it and let you guys know what I went ahead and spent the money on. So guys, hope you're having a good day, and and if you like people's videos, tip them or go to their channel and check out their playlist and their other videos, or also go to the bottom and
Hey
check out
YouTubers, this is Rob
the
Moffat.
people.
Listen,
Who
about
is
a
this
couple
guy?
years ago,
Shut
I
this guy
accidentally
up.
deleted all of my.
Go to their channel down at the bottom and check out the people they feature. Maybe you learn something, find some interesting group of people that you haven't heard about before. So, guys, hope that was. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to say thank you to Mr. Knotts for giving me a tip and letting him know what I spent his magnificent £10 on. All right, guys, take care. Hope you're having a good one, and hope we don't have any wars soon. This is really crazy. All right, guys, take care. See you out there.